With me, a woman who is indeed a beacon to her community in the Central Area Enterprise, and her work continues to impact the community and by extension the country, wearing so many different hats really, educator, martial arts specialist, a spoken word artist. I didn't even know Hanifah was into spoken word, but we'll get a tremendous piece this morning. Hanifah Marva John Logan joins me live on set for our Poets Corner. Welcome.
Blessings and thank you, and to the Islamic community, Ramadan Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum.
Indeed, same to you. Let me ask, do many, because we know of your work you have done in the community, but I had no idea you were into spoken word and into sharing your work via, via the platform. Is this something new? You've been doing this for quite a while.
I actually many years ago, I used to write a lot in school just to keep, because I come from a very humble background, so it used to keep me very focused and very disciplined. And I was encouraged by a teacher named Miss Williams to write. I'm a survivor of domestic violence, second-hand survivor. My father was a perpetrator at the time. Then he changed his life. But the children, many times people forget the children who grew up in those kind of home, how it impact your life, and writing saved mine. One of the avenue that I use, apart from sports and other things I used to write before. And then a couple of years ago, I could say during COVID, we got the time, and I started back writing because it's a passion of mine. So, I just continue. And
I recognize today's piece is woman-centric, and it's in keeping with Women's Day, which is coming up in early March.
March the 9th, International Women's Day. And I wanted to do something that to keep the fire burning for us to look out for our women and girls is so important. So many things continue to happen, and it's just been swept under the carpet. But we as advocates, we as change agents, got to keep our voices and keep the fight alive.
What's the name of the piece?
I Will Not Be Silent.
Well, let's take it in. Again, it's truly amazing. Every single Friday we find our poets from far and wide, and yet again, another chance to be inspired via someone's words and their work and the way they put this story together. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. It's your Poets Corner.
Thank you so much. Trinidad and Tobago, this piece is a crime prevention piece to protect our women and girls. And the name of it, I Will Not Be Silent. I will not be silent, not while our women walk with fear, where their laughter should live. Not while our girls clutch dreams that the world keep trying to steal. I will not be silent. I will not be silent. Crime begins in the shadows, but so too is courage. And today, we shine a light on that courage. I will not be silent. Protecting our woman is not a favor, is not a request, is not a woman business, it is a national duty, a community responsibility, it's a human obligation. I will not be silent. We say no more to hands that hurts, to mouths that threaten, to system that look away. We say no more to silence that wraps around violence like a blanket hiding the truth. I will not be silent. Our girls deserve streets that welcomes them home, not alleys that swallows their names. They deserve fathers, brothers, teachers, uncles, neighbors who guard their innocence, not instead of gambling it away. I will not be silent. Our women deserve homes that echo safety, not walls that remember screams. They deserve love that uplift them, not fists that punish them. I will not be silent. Crime prevention starts with us. With every eye that sees something should say something, do something. With every community that stands when a woman falls. With every man that chooses protection over power. I will not be silent. We must teach our sons respect. We must teach our daughters courage. We must teach ourselves that silence is a weapon we can no longer use. I will not be silent. For every sister that is stolen, every mother that is bruised, for every girl that never made it home, I will rise. I will speak. I will stand. I will act. I, Marva, Hanifah John Logan, will not be silent.
Well done. Great piece. That's one you've had for a while, or that's a recent something?
This one I had for a little while. And I just think it was so appropriate you know, and normally sometimes I go back to pieces and I add pieces to it, you know, when the thought comes to strengthen it. The piece that I didn't say that I will add eventually, because while I was doing it, it came to me, is that we will not be silent. Together as a community, as a country, we need to speak, we need to act, we need to show, we need to appreciate our women and girls wherever they go, and we must not be silent. Yeah. That piece I'm going to add just now. As I was saying it, it came. Fantastic. And that is how poem and poets be inspired by the space, by the communication, and by what's happening around us.
And I guess you answered the question I always put to every single spoken word artist. I guess there is never truly a full stop on a piece. You know, it's always open to interpretation and to change with the moment anytime.
Definitely, GW. Poets and writers always go back and reflect, because life is always moving, things is always happening. And when you're in a community that is alive and well and is going, it comes to you, and then sometimes you go back, because sometimes you got another piece that could strengthen that piece that you did before, and you could just add to it, you know, so it's just never a full stop.
That's right.
It's a live and living document.
Are you actively performing? Do you find a particular platform or stage at any given moment?
I don't actually perform poets. I do a lot more writing, but I'm one of the motivational speakers that goes out Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean and speaks about women empowerment, sports for development, crime prevention, youth. So I'm aligned with the U.S. Embassy Port of Spain as a peace ambassador, and I'm UN woman as well. So I use that opportunity as well to do pieces within that to carry the message and advocate.
And in terms of your area, home, enterprise, I was telling you before we started our on-air conversation, I don't hear enterprise name calling at all, and I think that is a good thing.
Yes, and that happens because many years ago, and I want to say in just about 2015, 2016, people knew enterprise was riddled with crime, violence, delinquency.
The name was calling all the time?
All the time. And what happened through my NGO, Root and Empowerment Foundation, and other NGOs, we came together and decided this can't continue. And we started to work the community actually, together with the Shogunas Community Police Division. The U.S. Embassy played a crucial role, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of National Security. We had conversation. We went into the clubs, we went into the communities, we went into the gang areas. We sit and we had conversation. We brought them together because we realized sometimes we may think we have a solution, but if they are the ones being affected, they have to find the solution, and we're there to support them. So we did that, and we did a lot of workshops. And in our workshop with Rudan, I could speak to Rudan, what we did after we did the assessment, we developed entrepreneurship programs that will address some of the ills that was happening in the community. And then we line with businesses to find these persons job. Permanent job. So we teach them a skill, we teach them business, and I want to big up Netco, a small business. They came in and they work with the organization and do business planning with them, and then we go from there. So enterprise is really a model community through our Sports Plus model, and that model is always being used in other Caribbean countries, you know.
I mean, I was not going to ask what about other communities. You're telling me countries, if that model worked for enterprise, why can't the same model be applied to other areas that are going through some of the issues today?
I don't want to get political, right? Because let me tell you, sometimes people don't want to use what they have. Persons don't realize Trinidad has so much of wealth and so much of talent. We have people and NGOs are already doing the work, but we like to reinvent the wheel because JW, I know you, I'll pull you in whether you know the work or you have the qualification. And we waste time with that. What we're supposed to do is look at sustainability and continuity. And if something is working, whether you like me or not, my product is good. Use the product. And that is what we did. We also in Mayaro, Rio Claro, Cedros, we work in communities like that. We did some work in Silots with Rose Foundation, from Rags to Richard with Mr. Ryan Oakley and Brother Empty Masawazi as well, and Nicola Harvey with We Say Yes. So right now we're doing something with Nicola Harvey with We Say Yes. So yeah.
Keep up the amazing work in the community and continue writing.
Thank you so very much.
Thanks so much for sharing and blessing us with your talent this morning.
Thank you so much for having me, and Trinidad and Tobago. Peace.
That's right. We're going to definitely get into some more good vibrations to wrap things up. We dive into some gospel to take us up to 8 on this Feel Good